Hey YouTube, I'm back. I'm gonna be putting these videos up, but yeah. So first and foremost, I need to talk about. We're gonna be talking about WWE. We're gonna be talking about a couple of things, and so you can say this is a small. Excuse me, y'all. This is a small wrestling talk. Excuse me, y'all can't hardly talk this morning. But let's get started. So one of the things I wanted to come and I want to talk about, I want to come and talk about R-Truth. R-Truth right now is a 9-time 24/7 champion. And I was so happy when I know everybody was not too thrilled when it first came out, but I mean this championship has brought back the ratings for SmackDown and Raw, I believe. It gave a little bit more oomph to the show. Now, I'm one thing when Mick Foley first presented this title belt, he said he was like saying me and I always kept hearing me and can go for this title belt, but I never heard anything about the females that can go for the title belt. And I actually did a poll on my Twitter account, and I asked people who should win the women, what woman should win the 24/7 championship. And you have to between Nia Jax, Naomi, Charlotte Flair, and Tamina Snuka with 28%. Not 28, so excuse me, with 29% overall. Tamina was the one people said that should win. That was that. Coming in second place was none other Naomi and Charlotte with 29%. With 28%. There we go. Excuse me, with 28% to win. Only with 14% said Nia Jax. I get them. And that is like, I want to, right now, I want to see R-Truth just lose that title belt for about 2 months to a female. Let a female hold that title for 2 months. Because I feel like no man will want to pin a woman. I just feel like that. I mean, but I don't know. I want to hear from y'all. Do y'all want to see a woman pin R-Truth for that women's, for the 24/7 championship? I mean, you have had people, and one night he got pinned 3 times. He got pinned by Drake Maverick. After that, he got pinned by Titus O'Neil. Then he won it back. Then he got pinned by Cedric Alexander. He got pinned by EC3, but then he rolled up EC3 and won it back. So that's how he became. He went from he went 7, 8, 9. He's a 9-time champion right now. He's a 9-time champion. So we don't know where they're gonna go with that, but I feel like this title has me WWE make WWE more lightning. Now another thing I need to talk about. I want to talk about two wrestlers at the moment. I want to talk about Mojo Rawley first, and then I'm going to talk about, Mojo Rawley, but now I'm going to talk about EC3. I feel like EC3, Vince McMahon, lackluster, as you know. EC3 is better known as Derek Bateman. I think he has made a name for himself outside of, leaving WWE the first time. And now Vince McMahon is just putting him as mid-card man. You know what you could do? Instead of always putting, now you're putting your thumb of approval for none other than to get over Brian Connor. I feel like you should have waited a year to get rid of Kurt Angle. Let me tell you why. Is because if you remember, Kurt Angle made EC3 career on TNA. What singing? They should have did the same thing on the WWE. He became a top commodity. WWE wanted him back, so they got him. But now he was like, well, it was a big thing on. Excuse me, y'all. He was a big thing on NXT, WWE NXT, and he was, and then they brought him over to, the main roster. Was it too soon? I don't know, but I feel like they're not giving him the chance that they're not giving him the chance, and I feel like if they gave him a chance, he would do anything right, everything right. Now, I'm gonna have a lot to say about it, but I'm just saying he needs to be he. This is what WWE need to be. They need to be concerned about EC3 and pushing him the right way. And you're not pushing him the right way and stuff. I wouldn't be too surprised 3 to 4 months down the line that he will ask for his lease, even though he has I think he has a 3 year or 4 year contract, but that's that. Okay. The second one is Mojo Rawley. I kind of like where Mojo Rawley has gone with. He was like lackluster, he wasn't doing anything, but he decided, I'm going to show y'all what I can do. And he showed us what he can do. And I promise you, football player, he's a football player. It's like, whatever, what can he do? It's like, we're not seeing, I see quality in Mojo Rawley. I mean, Mojo Rawley could, I won't say be a top superstar, but he could be up there if WWE give him that chance. Excuse me, y'all. Give him that chance to get me to say, why he's not getting that chance is one thing. But, so let me talk about Ricochet. Ricochet is the new Universal Champion. And one of the things I am not, I'm kind of happy he is, but I feel like Samoa Joe should have had a month off of going for any title belt. But no, I'm going to come back to Ricochet in a minute. To get me to say, I got this to say. Putting Samoa Joe on Kofi Kingston, Vince McMahon plotted that. Y'all know that. I know that. Y'all know that. I mean, putting Samoa Joe on Kofi Kingston, you can't be serious. Kofi Kingston is a top has been a top superstar. Do I want to see Kofi Kingston lose that title? No, I really don't. But you got to lose some and regain some. So I think Kofi Kingston has showed us since WrestleMania. WrestleMania was in April, May, June. Gonna get ready to be July. 4 months. 4 months he has held that title belt. And I'm appreciative of WWE, but it's time for WWE to step back and say, wait, we need to make a black person hold this title belt. And that's just one thing I really want to see and think. Now, if y'all don't know, let me just say, I really want to talk about something. And I know Shane McMahon is sort of kind of like trying to do everything on Raw and SmackDown because Stephanie haven't been on there in months. Stephanie has not been on Raw or SmackDown since none other April. Since the Superstar Shakeup. She hasn't been on there. And I just like, what happened? I think it's time for Stephanie to come back and put her brother into place and tell him, oh, you cannot always put yourself into things. Yeah, Roman Reigns did that, but Daddy did something wrong. You don't say Elias is a big commodity. And I'm finna justify what Roman Reigns did. When Roman Reigns punched Vince McMahon, you're saying Elias is a big commodity. No, he's not. Elias is more of a jobber. I'm sorry. I don't see quality wrestler from him and stuff. This is just probably just me. I just don't see quality wrestler. And I just want everybody to get, he's not that much of a quality wrestler. That's just that. Moving right along. To say Roman Reigns is that quality wrestler. You are each week burying him. You having him push over Drew McIntyre. I told y'all, Vince McMahon, Golden Boy, is back, and he's like banditing Roman Reigns for this. Same thing. Do I feel like, and let me just talk about this Extreme Rules match. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins versus Brian Corbin and Lacey Evans. I feel like they are going to drop the ball once again. Why you keep pushing the same guy? You keep pushing Corbin. Corbin and when I heard why he wants him, he thinks Corbin can swoo the ladies. Uh-uh. Corbin is not that good looking. I'm sorry. I am not dogging every guy who looks like Corbin, who's just an average Joe. But to me, his stitch just don't work for him. And then number one, I'm just tired of Lacey Evans getting opportunities. That's just that. They're going to fall, and I mean fall short. They're going to fall short, and I feel can tell y'all it's going to be a controversy when it comes to those title belts. I'm guarantee you. I'm going to say they're not going to win those title belts. Vince McMahon needs to stop relying on these two. Becky Lynch is the hottest commodity right now in the WWE, and I don't think no fan wants to see her lose the title. Even me. I'm sorry, but I'm very ticky about certain things, and that's a thing I really want to say. Now, to get me to say, I want to talk about this. What I heard over here on the tube, I heard from Pro Wrestling Hub that none other than Ballard versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It's gonna be a good match, but I feel like it's scared of screen rules. No, this match haven't had enough time to build up. This feud don't have enough time to build up a feud with that. So just giving it to him, I'm sorry. I cannot see Finn Balor dropping to Shinsuke Nakamura because, number one, that's not a build-up feud. All right, so I've been wanting to talk about this for months, but I'm going to go on and talk about it right here. This might be a little long, but I want to talk about Rusev and Alana. As y'all know, Rusev has taken some time off, reported by Pro Wrestling Unlimited over here on the tube, and I just feel like what would make you want to take your time off? Oh, you're not getting the opportunities like you used to get. I feel like Rusev is a good wrestler. He is a good commodity for the WWE. It's just, I feel like his wife, things they do outside of the ring or backstage, has cost him all opportunities. When they was on Total Divas, they did something inappropriate and they had a lot to do with nudity, and they got in trouble for it. But that's just that. They got in trouble. They get in trouble for a lot of things. When they first started off and they was going to do a storyline between Rusev and Dolph Ziggler, Rusev with Summer Rae, and Rusev with Summer Rae, and Lana with Dolph Ziggler. They was going to do that. They had to scrap that after Lana posted her engagement to him. I'm like, okay, you just did something very wrong right there, babe. She did something very wrong in things. So why would we take that time? But I actually will say Alana is not a good wrestler. Rusev is a pretty good wrestler. I just think Rusev's wrestling career needs to here's Rusev, here's Alana. I think he needs to take his initiative and spread his wings away from his wife, because his wife might be bringing him his wrestling worth down in the WWE. They need to find something else for her. Wrestling is just not for her. I think Lana probably would be good as a backstage commentator. It probably will work much better than her trying to wrestle. She is not a good wrestler. Now let me talk about Nikki Cross. Let me talk about Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Natalia. So Monday night, you see Natalia and Naomi try to come and try to talk some sense, and let me just say some sense into Nikki Cross. All right, here comes in Alex Bliss. Da 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 da. And Nikki Cross don't know is the new person at the on the WWE on the main roster. She don't know the real Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is very manipulative and like try to lie and stuff. And she's making lies about Bailey, and it needs like this storyline here. I feel like it needs to take Naomi and Natalia to put a video package of how manipulative that Alex Bliss is, and it, show the light to Nikki. Now I want y'all to answer this question: has Shane gone too far with this feud with Roman Reigns, or do he has a justified way of doing it? All right, y'all. I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.